Hey, what's up everybody? Hope you're having a good day. We have scene number 14 for Aura, which is our professional lighting studio product. This is a perfect studio for lighting larger objects like cars. So I'm gonna walk you through all the settings right here. First off, we have our Espresso Rig like we do on all of these professional studios. And under our setup here, we have a pre-lighting setup, and we're gonna have roof. We can take that entire roof and put it up or down. Now we have these neon light bulbs up here, which you can change or turn on and off using these settings. If you want to have them blink on, you can do that, and you can change the power temperature. We also have another setup, which is spotlight. So if we change it to spotlight, we'll have this ring here, and it's going to have these spotlights around it. Now we can change this by going to our setup. We can make the radius smaller if we want to. We can add more of these spotlights, and we can play with all the different animations of these, the panels opening up, the rotation of the spotlights, and everything like that. And you can also play with the power. All right, so we have spotlight or neon options for the ceiling. Now for the geometry, we can have a cyc, which is very rounded, or we can have a hard edge on here. If we go to square limbo, you can see that hard edge back there, or the soft sweep. All right, so one thing I did want to circle back on is these softboxes. And if we go to our objects here, we have softbox and floor softbox. So the big one here, you can see that it also has a Espresso Rig, so we can move this wherever we want it to. And you can also rotate this, of course. In the Espresso Rig, we have the ability to change the rotation and also slide these up and down. And you can also play with the scale and then the actual light that's coming out of there, the power, the temperature, everything like that. The nice thing about this is if you hold control and then drag down, you can make a duplicate. And the way that we've set up the Espresso is that now the Espresso Rig will work on the second one independently of the first one, but everything still works perfectly. So you can just duplicate them and put them wherever you want, and the Espresso Rig will still work out. We also have this floor one, which is very similar with the different options that you have on here, but it's right at the floor level. All right, one other thing to mention is this specular right here. If we click on this, you can turn the specular on, and you'll notice that it's a specular highlight right here, which is going to put that specular hit wherever you want on your object. Now, one thing that we've done is add this reference box, so you can put your automobile, your car, whatever you're lighting, and then you can make this cube the same size as it. So if we go to our geometry setup, we can go to the size, and we can just change the size of this cube to whatever the size of your object is. And the nice thing is this specular is going to follow it then. So if we move it around, it'll be easy to follow around. So now we can go back to that specular, and as we move it around, it's going to follow the edges of this. So it'll be really easy to place. You can just grab it and kind of move it wherever you want it. And just like before, it has an Espresso Rig, which you can change the scale, you can change the distance away. You can change the fading of the actual gradient on that softbox, and we can also do the control drag thing, and we can put another one wherever we want. So this is a great way to really dial in where you're getting those specular hits on your automobile or whatever you're lighting. All right, so we'll turn that off and we'll go back to our rig here. And there's a couple more things to check into. So HDRI, of course, if you turn that on, we do have an HDRI. We actually have two. One is for the neon. If you click this, it'll change it to a different one, which will look better with the spotlight scene. So that's your HDRI options. And then finally, we have camera, which if you look at how you generally light large objects, the main light that they use is one that is a very large light directly overhead, something like this. And that gives you these really nice reflections coming down the windshield. So we have this object right here, and what you can do is move it up or down. You can rotate it on any axis, and you can tilt it. And then underneath it, there's a softbox, and under the light, you can change that softbox, the power, and the gradient around it, and the color, and all that kind of thing. So the great thing about this studio is that we have completely copied the physical properties of these real world studios, something like this. All these lights and objects behave in the exact same way they would in that real life studio. And because of that, you're going to be able to get some really photoreal results. So I'm really proud of this studio. Check it out now. It's part of our Aura product, and you can get it at thepixellab.net.